Tengai is a horizontal side-scrolling shoot-'em-up game that was released for the PlayStation 2 in 2004, and this game would be a port of an earlier version of the game that would go under the name of Sengoku Blade in Japan, that originally saw release in the arcade in 1996, and it's actually a sequel to another game by the name of Sengoku Ace that originally was released in 1993. There was a version of this game also added to the Sega Saturn during the mid-90s, and alongside of the PlayStation 2 version of the game, there would be later ports added to the iOS and Android devices and even the Nintendo Switch. So it is a very popular series of shooting games. So the game is set in a very imaginative and futuristic version of feudal era Japan that's kind of got like a steampunk kind of aesthetic to it. And each of the characters have their own unique abilities and traits and attributes, some more noticeable than others, let's just put it that way. And I think that's one of the reasons why there's so many fans of the game. There's one or two characters in particular that really stand out in a visual sense, and I think that's what draws players in. But aside from that, the game is a very good balance between arcade elements and shooting mechanics, and it plays very like other popular shooting games that would also been seen in the arcades and even on consoles around that time. So you have 5 different characters that you can choose from the start, and as you play through and complete the game's levels, you will unlock and have the ability to acquire 2 additional characters that are hidden, but you also have additional practice modes, and the majority of the game allows you to play through from the very start. You can pick the majority of the levels that's available in the game literally from the get-go, so that you can practice the levels before you can go into the main campaign. And like a lot of these games, you don't have a health bar as such. You literally will die with one hit, as it is an old school really difficult game to master. So if you get hit by any bullets or any projectiles on screen, you will lose a life. So when you lose all your lives, then you have the ability to continue. But the problem is, once you continue, you have to start back from the very beginning of the level and go through it again. So if you're struggling at different points with throughout different levels, you will struggle with this. And having spent time playing this, like, I do enjoy these type of shooting games, but this one is difficult. Let's just get that out of the way for a start. It's easy to pick up and play, but it's difficult to master. That's all I'm going to say about that. And it is old school, and it is typical of an old school arcade shooter. There's no airs or graces about it. It is what it is, and it definitely will crucify you for any mistakes that you make, and you will in this game. But aside from that, it is a fun shooter. It is a very solid experience, and there's definitely a lot of replay value in it that'll keep you playing for a while. And again, if you're a fan of these type of games, this is definitely another one you can add to your list of games to play for sure, for more reasons than most for most people. But sure, you'll figure that out when you go to play it yourself. But I'll leave that up to you. And I would love to know your thoughts of this game if you have played it yourself, and are you a fan of side-scrolling shoot-'em-ups that you would have either played in the arcade or even on console versions. So be sure to share it down in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be updated with future videos. And if you would like to see more content around other types of side-scrolling shooters similar to this, so we're also releasing the PS2, and you can check out the playlist on screen to see more of those games in action. And I will see you all in the next one.